Yo, what is good, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another day of uh reviews of the day, review of the day of the day's day trading, and yeah, let's go straight into it. Today we're going over the morning session for Nasdaq today. So let's get straight to it. So on the daily time frame, we are retracing now back into the new week opening gap, and we might even be going up and beyond that. So I went down to the 4-hour time frame, okay? And I was observing the 4-hour time frame. Now, as it went up, went back down, it did a bullish, bearish engulfing. And in my head, I'm like, okay, you know what? It looks like we're bearish, okay? It looks like we're bearish today, okay? So I hopped on in the 1-hour time frame also, okay? And this is the 9 a.m., okay? And at this point, this candle was kind of like down here, right? And bullish market structure wise is, it went up, took this high, broke lower, I'm saying, hit the below this low. So market structure break on top of the liquidity sweep, that's valid. So, and it's doing retracement. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Now it's going to go back down, okay? Probably take out, these lows right here, this low right here, and go to the old new week opening gap. That was my plan. That was my thought. And that was what I was looking for, okay? And so, let's start down even more, okay? Let's drop down more, okay? So, here it is, all right? The 9:30 opening. Boom. It takes out this, not that. It takes out this 5-minute high right here, okay, for liquidity, all right? And immediately, I see a reversal, okay? Right here, this big old bearish candle, okay? And so my first trade was hopping into this small fair value gap right here. I'll show you exactly the trade right here. So, hopped in right here, put my stop up here, 135 ticks, and of course my goal was like somewhere around over here, okay? So yeah, I saw it was retracing. I saw this big old bearish candle down here. It made me feel good, but then something happened, okay? Price broke structure back to being bullish, all right? And I was like, you know what, this is probably just pricing, just doing its daily thing, you know what I'm saying, cutting people up, you know what I'm saying, building up liquidity, building up the momentum for the move down, all right? And yeah, I was holding on to it, okay? I was holding on to it until we got up to like, I think around here or here. But somewhere around this range, all right? I was like, hey, yo, we not going down, bro. What's going on? And so that's when I had to make the trigger and I had to pull the plug. And I was like, all right, you know what? RIP to that plan, bro. I thought it was going to go bearish. It didn't go bearish. So I got out right there, okay? I got out around here or over here. All right, that was my first trade. Fake demo trading, like with the sell and buy, okay? And then I went back on to the 5-minute time frame, okay? Went to the top 5-minute time frame. I was like, all right, you know what? We are actually keeping bullish market structure right now on the 5-minute. 15-minute, it looked like we're kind of just like still getting like hitting resistance on the new day opening gap, all right? But then I see this bad boy right here. Boom. Okay. And that right there, it made me realize that, yo, we are having we're actually bullish. This morning we're bullish. And so I was like, all right, I had to scrap the guns for my old, plan. And I was like, all right, we are bullish now. Let's see what we can do, okay? Me personally, again, like I tell you guys, I don't like to trade when it's like a humongous, just run up, all right? And there's no order blocks. I don't feel safe with that. So I didn't enter into any of this. And let's go to the 15-minute. And the next biggest obstacle I see was, of course, this new week opening gap, but also this big fat 15-minute SIBI, okay? That's also was something that I was seeing that I was like, all right, you know what? The next area they're trying to go to that, might get a resistance or might get, reversal. Wait, let me go charge my laptop real quick. It's dying on me. This is no bueno. Was this 15-minute SIBI, okay? And of course, I thought that price was going to go up. Since the price is bullish, of course it's going to go for these highs right here, all that liquidity just there for them for the taking, okay? So my idea now, after I seen this big old 15-minute bullish candle, I was like, all right, you know what? Price is going to go attack these highs right here and probably go into the 15-minute SIBI and then hit a retracement, okay? So that was my game plan. So I was looking for entries, all right? Price takes out the high right here. what I'm saying? Takes out the sell side. I didn't enter into here. The range for stop loss was too much to enter onto this fair value gap. Now that it's in the the SIBI, I'm less reluctant to go into longs now because I know that a retracement's coming. And after that, it was already past 11. Already, I got off the trades, or I got off the charts today, understanding that yeah, I took a trade here because I thought we were gonna be bearish. It didn't play out so, and then price went aggressively bullish, and I was just not able to find an entry in. And I guess there's just gonna be days like this where you're watching price, you're trying to maneuver it, and you just don't enter. So this is something that's happened to me a lot, not entering into these big old moves, kind of feeling defeated. But now I kind of just live with it, and I just move on. Just understand that there are gonna be days where you have the opportunity, and there's gonna be days when you don't have the opportunity. And today, at least for me, I wasn't able to pull the trigger. I wasn't able to find one that I felt comfortable with, and so I didn't take a trade. But as you can see, though, as time it was around like 1 p.m. now. Price went up to the 15-minute SIBI, and then it's now retracing. But yeah, overall today's trading session, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty nice. Just that a big old shock right here that boom, we were bullish. But beside that, though, that's about it for today.